I thought I'd like to have a bit of a chat to you today about picking battles with rudeness with your children. I guess what I always believe is you can count on kids sometimes being rude to you, as most kids go through phases of being rude in their interactions with us parents. And most of us have had times when we let a momentary irritation get the better of us. I know at times I've been guilty of snapping at my kids. In order to not let these rude interactions get the better of us, we need to work hard to pick our battles with rude behaviour. I usually advocate avoiding going toe-to-toe with our kids on everything and really only doing so with the things that really matter. Thus, it may be the case that you can ignore some mild eye rolling, but not tolerate bigger disrespectful behaviour. Parents often ask how to tell the difference. What does it look like to pick your battles and to not go toe to toe on everything? Parents often ask me, is this effective? Should we really be strategically ignoring rude behaviour from our kids? What I usually would say to that is I don't advocate ignoring provocative behaviour from kids, but I do suggest that when kids express irritability towards us, what many parents refer to as talking back, they're trying to tell us something and we need to listen so that they don't need to escalate. When we don't listen, this is when battles often ensue. I also don't advocate harshly cracking down or disciplining kids, as in so doing, it erodes our relationship with our child and makes disrespectful behaviour even more likely in the future as we use up the goodwill tank. I believe our management strategies work because we have a goodwill tank with our kids. We've got a solid relationship. When my relationship with my daughters is solid, my management techniques work really, really well. So everything I do is striving for solid connection with them. Because then when you do irritably snap at them for rude behaviour at times and apologise, you usually then will get back that it's okay, Mum. Yeah. Our parenting goal is to calmly re-establish family standards for respect by modelling respect while you set clear expectations about communication in your family and invite constructive communication to solve problems. So for those of you who know my work, you know that my core values of kindness and safety is what I always come back to for younger kids, and those values as well as staying in touch for older kids. So how do we do this? Well, we want to monitor our own language and we want to model respect. So as we interact with our kids, even if they're being rude to us, we want to not argue, criticise. We want to bite our tongue. We don't need to be afraid to set limits, but we want to make sure we can speak clearly before we do that. So if you're feeling angry, it's okay to walk away. I say to my girls, I'm feeling really angry about this right now and I'm going to walk away, but I'll come back and we'll talk about it in a moment. We don't want to take things personally. Remember, your child is learning self-control and right now they have a problem which is causing them to lose patience. Just acknowledge the problem that they're having and, if appropriate, offer to help, even as you set that limit about maybe their tone. Kids think twice about hurting our feelings if they feel supported by us. In general, we want to strengthen that relationship with our kids by looking for every opportunity to connect and make sure that we're spending positive time with them. So when you hear your child speaking hurtfully to you, just calmly and clearly reinforce your expectation for respectful communication. I might say, I can hear that you're really angry at me right now. I can hear how much you want me to say yes to what you're wanting. And I want to hear more about this, but I can't listen when I'm being yelled at. So let's talk about this when we're both calm. Because statements like that teach kids how to be in relationship. Because if we react disrespectfully to their rudeness, we're just going to perpetuate the behaviour because we're modelling disrespectful behaviour. If we ignore their disrespect, we're going to escalate the behaviour because we're not responding to what they're expressing in the way that they're expressing it. And if we acknowledge that they're having a problem and offer to help them with the problem and set the expectations that they treat us respectfully, just as we're modelling, the child learns to communicate respectfully even when emotions get hot. So remember, kids learn their behaviour from us. Sure, they'll try on the attitudes they see at school and in movies or on social media or whatever. But when we set clear limits about how people are to be treated and we model that behaviour, kids will follow our lead. If only it was that simple to get them to clean up their bedrooms, hey?